In our day-to-day life, we measure lengths of various objects like cloth, rope, electric wires, etc. Length tells us how long an object is. Measurement of length. In olden days, lengths were measured using handspan, finger width, arm length or cubit, and step length, also called pace. But none of these is a standard unit as they differ from person to person. How do we measure length? Students, for accurate and convenient measurement, we use standard units and devices. For measuring length of an object, we use a ruler. Meter is a standard unit for lengths. For measuring small lengths, we use centimeter. Meter is denoted by m. Centimeter is denoted by cm. How to measure length of an object using a ruler? To measure the length of an object with the ruler is very simple. Let's measure the length of this marker using this ruler. For this, place one end of this marker on the 0 mark. Now, observe the reading on the other end. That is 14 centimeter. So, this gives the length of an object. So, the length of this marker is 14 centimeter. Students, now let's measure some objects using a ruler. Pen. This is a pen. Now let's measure this pen using a ruler. Let's keep one end of this pen at the 0 mark and 14. So, length of this pen is 14 centimeter. So, let's write 14 centimeter. Now, let's measure the length of mobile. Mobile. Let's keep one end of this mobile at the 0 mark and 11. So, length of this mobile phone is 11 centimeter. So, let's write 11. Now, let's measure a candle. This is our candle. Let's measure length of this candle with the help of this ruler. "14 again. So, length of this candle is 14 centimeter. So, pen was 14 centimeter long, mobile 11 centimeter and our candle 14 centimeter. Students, little homework for you. You have to measure length of 5 objects using a ruler. Objects like a pencil, compass box, notebook, tiffin box and water bottle. Write the lengths of these objects in your notebook. Students, a bigger unit of length is kilometer. Kilometers are denoted as km. Generally, we use kilometers for measuring long distance such as roads. Students, also remember this. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters and 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. Addition of lengths. To add lengths in meters or centimeters, we simply add the numbers and write the units. Now, let's solve these examples. 32 meters plus 47 meters is equal to how much? Let's find out. 2 plus 7 is equal to 9. 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. So, 32 meters plus 47 meters is equal to 79 meters. Now, let's solve this example. 679 meters plus 143 meters. Let's count. 9 plus 3 is equal to 12. So, 2 here and 1 carry forward. Now, 1 plus 7 is equal to 8 and 8 plus 4 is equal to 12. So, let's write 2 here and 1 carry forward. 1 plus 6 is equal to 7 and 7 plus 1 is equal to 8. So, 679 meters plus 143 meters is equal to 822 meters. Now, let's look at these examples. 56 centimeters plus 13 centimeters is equal to how much? Let's count. 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. Let's write the unit. Our unit is centimeter. So, 56 centimeters plus 13 centimeters is equal to 69 centimeters. Let's solve this example. 472 centimeters plus 381 centimeters. Let's solve. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. 7 plus 8 is equal to how much? Count and tell me, students. Right, 7 plus 8 is equal to 15. So let's write 5 here, 1 carry forward. Now 1 plus 4 is equal to 5 and 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. Let's write our unit centimeter. So 472 centimeters plus 381 centimeters is equal to 853 centimeters. Let's solve this example. 64 meters 239 centimeters plus 35 meters 584 centimeters. Let's find out. 9 plus 4 is 13. So 3 comes here and 1 carry forward. 1 plus 3 is equal to 4 and 4 plus 8 is equal to 12. So we will write 2 here and 1 carry forward. 1 plus 2 is equal to 3 and 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. 4 plus 5 is equal to 9. 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. So 64 meters 239 centimeters plus 35 meters 584 centimeters is equal to 99 meters 823 centimeters. Subtraction of lengths. To subtract the lengths, we simply subtract the numbers and then write the units. Now, let's solve these examples. 73 meters minus 41 meters is equal to how much? Let's find. 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. 7 minus 4 is equal to 3. Now, let's write the unit. So, 73 meters minus 41 meters is equal to 32 meters. Let's solve this example. 961 meters minus 570 meters. Let's count. 1 minus 0 is equal to 1. 6 minus 7 is not possible. So, let's borrow. 9 becomes 8. 6 becomes 16. So now 16 minus 7 is equal to how much? Count and tell me. Correct. That is 9. 8 minus 5 is equal to 3. Let's write the unit. So, 961 meters minus 570 meters is equal to 391 meters. Let's look at these examples. 57 centimeters minus 36 centimeters. Let's count. 7 minus 6 is equal to 1. 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. Let's write the unit. So, 57 centimeters minus 36 centimeters is equal to 21 centimeters. Now, let's solve this example. 834 centimeters minus 292 centimeters. Let's count. 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. 3 minus 9. Students, as we know, 3 minus 9 is not possible. So, let's borrow. 8 becomes 7. 3 becomes 13. Now, 13 minus 9 is equal to 4. 7 minus 2 is equal to 5. Let's write the unit. So, 834 centimeters minus 292 centimeters is equal to 542 centimeters. Now let's solve this example. 48 meters 629 centimeters minus 16 meters 457 centimeters. Let's count. 9 minus 7 is equal to 2. 2 minus 5. 2 minus 5 is not possible. So, let's borrow. 6 becomes 5. 2 becomes 12. So now 12 minus 5 is equal to 7. 5 minus 4 is 1. 8 minus 6 is equal to 2. 4 minus 1 is 3. So, 48 meters 629 centimeters minus 16 meters 457 centimeters is equal to 32 meters 172 centimeters. Word problems with lengths. Anju bought 2 pieces of cloth. One of them was 43 centimeters long. The second one was 52 centimeters long. How much cloth did she buy? Altogether, Anju bought 2 pieces of cloth. One of them was 43 centimeter. So let's write 43 centimeters. The second was 52 centimeters long. So, how much cloth did she buy altogether? So, we have to add these numbers. 43 centimeters plus 52 centimeters is equal to how much? Let's count. 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. 4 plus 5 is equal to 9. The unit is centimeter. So, 43 centimeters plus 52 centimeters is equal to 95 centimeters. So, Anju bought 95 centimeters of cloth altogether. Let's solve this example. Yash is 1 meter 60 centimeters tall. Gauri is 1 meter 20 centimeters tall. So, what is the difference in their height? Students, let's find out. Meter column, centimeter column. Yash is 1 meter 60 centimeters tall. One meter 60 centimeters. Gauri is 1 meter 20 centimeters tall. One meter 20 centimeters. Now we have to find difference in their height. We have to find the difference in their height. So we have to subtract. 0 minus 0 is equal to 0. 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. So, the difference of 1 meter 60 centimeters, 1 meter 20 centimeters is 40 centimeters. So, the difference between the height of Yash and Gauri is 40 centimeters. Measure the distance. Students, as you can see, there is a flower on the board and at some distance there is a butterfly. Now, let us measure the distance between this flower and the butterfly using these units of measurement. First is pencil. Pencil. So let's measure the distance using this pencil. One end near the flower. 1, 2, and 3. So, the distance of flower and butterfly is 3 pencils. Now, let us measure the difference using handspan. Handspan. 1, 2. So, the distance between the flower and the butterfly is 2 handspan. Let's measure the distance using finger width. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 finger width. So, the distance between this flower and the butterfly is 3 pencils or 2 handspans or 5 finger width. Measure the length. Students, now let us measure length of these objects using these measurement units. First is candle. Candle. Let us measure the length of this candle using finger width. 1, 2. 2 finger width. Now, handspan. 1 handspan. So, the length of this candle is 2 finger width, 1 handspan. Let us measure stick. Let us measure the length of this stick using handspan and finger width. First, with finger width. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 finger width. Now, handspan. 1, 2. 2 handspans. So, the length of the stick is 5 finger width, 2 handspans. Now, let's measure length of racket. Racket. First, finger width. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 finger width. Now, handspans. 1, 2, and 3. 3 handspans. Now let us write the length of racket. 7 finger width, 3 handspan. So we have measured length of these objects using finger width and handspans. Now students, you tell me, which is the biggest object? Look at this chart and tell me. Stick. Stick is 5 finger width, 2 handspan. Let us see for racket. Racket is 7 finger width and 3 handspan. So the biggest object is racket. Very good. Come on students, now tell me, which is the smallest object? Look and tell me. Candle? Let's find out. 2 finger width, 1 handspan. Stick is 5 finger width, 2 handspan. Racket is 7 finger width, 3 handspan. So the smallest object is candle. Students, there is some homework for you. You have to measure 10 different objects found in your home using handspan and finger width. Write their lengths in your notebook. How tall are the trees? Let us measure how tall are the trees using handspan as the unit of measurement. Let's measure this tree. 1, 2 handspan. Now the small tree. 1 handspan. So length of this big tree is 2 handspan and length of this small tree is 1 handspan. So this tree is taller than this tree by 1 handspan. Students, little homework for you. You have to find length of your different body parts using finger width and handspan. Draw the objects at a specific distance. Students, as you can see, there is a banana on the board. We have to draw the following fruits in any directions using the given measurement. So, let's draw. First is an apple at a distance of 1 finger width. One finger width. An apple at a distance of 1 finger width. Now let's draw a mango at a distance of 4-finger width. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mango at a distance of 4-finger width. Now let's draw an orange at a distance of 3-finger width. 1, 2, 3. So, orange at a distance of 3-finger width. So students, we have drawn these fruits in any direction using the given measurement. Students, please note the distances that I have shown in this chapter using finger width, hand span, etc. are only approximate distances. Addition using shapes. There are 27 birds in a lake. Let's write 27 using tens and ones. Remember students, we have to use square for tens, triangle for ones. Let's write. Square for tens, triangle for ones. Now let's write 27. 27 means 2 tens and 7 ones. 2 tens, 7 ones. We can also write 27 as 2 squares, that means 2 tens, seven triangles means 7 ones. Now 18 more birds join them. So let's write 18. 18 means 1 tens and 8 ones. 1 tens, 8 ones. Let's write 18 using squares and triangles. 1 tens, so 1 square. 8 ones, so 8 triangles. 8 triangles. So how many birds altogether? We have to find total number of birds. So let's add them. Let us count number of triangles first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Students, there are total 15 triangles. Now 15 means 1 tens and 5 ones. So, using these 10 triangles, I will make one more square. Now this means one more group of 10 birds. So now students, count and tell me, we are left with how many triangles? Count and tell me. Right, we are now left with 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 triangles. One, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now let's count number of tens. That means squares. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we have 4 squares. Four squares, 5 triangles. So there are total 45 birds altogether. Let's solve it this way. We can say that 7 plus 8 is equal to 15. Now we know 15 means 1 tens and 5 ones. So let's write 5 in ones column and 1 tens carry forward in tens column. Now let's add tens column. 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. Now we have 4 tens and 5 ones. So the number is 45. So there are now 45 birds altogether. Now let us solve these examples. Square represents tens and triangle represents 1. 37 plus 44 is equal to how much? Let's count. Let's add ones first. 7 plus 4 is equal to 11. Now 11 means 1 tens and 1 ones. So let's write 1 ones in ones column. Now 1 tens carry forward. Let's add tens. 1 plus 3 is equal to 4 and 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. So students, now we have 8 tens, 1 ones. So the number is 81. So 37 plus 44 is equal to 81. Let's solve this example. 65 plus 27 is equal to how much? Let's count. Let's add ones first. 5 plus 7 is equal to 12. Now 12 means 1 tens and 2 ones. So let's write 2 in ones column. And 1 tens carry forward. Now tens. 1 plus 6 is equal to 7 and 7 plus 2 is equal to 9. So now we have 9 tens and 2 ones. So the number is 92. 65 plus 27 is equal to 92. Students, now let's solve this example. Seema sold 38 bags in the market. Next day, she sold 19 more bags. So, how many bags did she sell altogether? Let's solve this example using tens and ones method. We will use square for tens and a triangle for ones. Seema sold 38 bags. We can write 38 as 3 tens and 8 ones. So, let's write 38. 3 tens, 8 ones. Next day, she sold 19 more bags. 19 means 1 tens and 9 ones. 1 tens, 9 ones. So how many bags did she sell altogether? We have to find total number of bags. So we will add them. 38 plus 19 is equal to how much? Let's find out. Let us first add ones. 8 plus 9 is equal to 17. Now 17 means 1 tens and 7 ones. So let's write 7 in ones column. 1 tens carry forward. Now tens. 1 plus 3 is equal to 4 and 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. So students, now we have 5 tens and 7 ones. So the number is 57. 38 plus 19 is equal to 57. So, Seema sold altogether 57 bags in the market. Subtraction using shapes. I have 62 chocolates. My sister took 25 chocolates. So, how many chocolates left? Students, let's solve this example using the method of tens and ones. For tens, we will use a square. For ones, we will use a triangle. So, for this example, a square means a group of 10 chocolates. A triangle means single chocolates. Square for group of 10 chocolates. Triangle for single chocolates. I have 62 chocolates. 62 means 6 tens and 2 ones. My sister took 25 chocolates. 25 means 2 tens and 5 ones. 2 tens, 5 ones. Students, let us write these numbers using squares and triangles. 62, 6 tens, 2 ones. So, 6 squares, 2 triangles. 6 squares, 2 triangles. Number 62. Number 25. 25 means 2 squares, 5 triangles. 2 squares, 5 triangles. Number 25. Now we have to find number of chocolates left with me. So we will have to subtract. 62 minus 25 is equal to how much? Let's find out. 2 minus 5. Students, we cannot subtract 5 triangles from 2 triangles. So, I will borrow from square. I will break this square and I will get 10 triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So students, now we have 12 triangles. So we can take away 5 triangles from these 12 triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Students, now let's count number of triangles left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So, now we are left with 7 triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Let us count squares. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We have to take away 2 squares from these 5 squares. So, let's take away 1 and 2. Now, we are left with 1, 2 and 3. 3 squares. 3 squares, 7 triangles. So, the number is 37. Let us do it one more time using this method. Let us subtract ones first. 2 minus 5. Now students, we know that 2 minus 5 is not possible. So, let's borrow from tens. 6 becomes 5. 2 becomes 12. Now 12 minus 5 is equal to 7. Tens. 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. Now we have 3 tens, 7 ones. So the number is 37. So 62 minus 25 is equal to 37. So now there are 37 chocolates left with me. Let us solve these examples. Remember students, a square represents tens, triangle represents ones. 55 minus 37. Let us find out. 5 minus 7. Students, we cannot subtract 7 from 5. So, let us borrow 1 tens from tens. This 5 becomes 4. This 5 becomes 15. So now 15 minus 7 is 8. 4 minus 3 is 1. Now we have 1 tens, 8 ones. So the number is 18. 55 minus 37 is equal to 18. Let's solve this example. 70 minus 52. Let us subtract ones first. 0 minus 2. Students, we cannot subtract 2 from 0. So, let's borrow. 7 becomes 6. 0 becomes 10. Now, 10 minus 2 is equal to 8. Tens column. 6 minus 5 is equal to 1. Now we have 1 tens, 8 ones. So the number is 18. 70 minus 52 is equal to 18. Let us solve this example. Tina is 19 years old. Her grandfather is 68 years old. How many years older is her grandfather? Students, let's solve this example using the method of tens and ones. Remember students, we will use a square for tens, a triangle for ones. Let us read the sum once again. Tina is 19 years old. Her grandfather is 68 years old. How many years older is her grandfather? So, in this sum, we have to find the difference between the ages of Tina and her grandfather. So, for finding the difference, we will have to subtract the numbers. For this example, I will write the bigger number first and will subtract the smaller number from the bigger number. 68 is the bigger number. So, let us write 68. 68 means 6 tens, 8 ones. 19. 19 means 1 tens, 9 ones. Students, we have to find the difference. So, we will subtract. Let us subtract ones first. 8 minus 9. Students, we cannot subtract 9 from 8. So, we will borrow. 6 becomes 5. 8 becomes 18. Now, 18 minus 9 is equal to 9. Tens. 5 minus 1 is equal to 4. Now we have 4 tens, 9 ones. So the number is 49. 68 minus 19 is equal to 49. So the difference between ages of Tina and her grandfather is 49. Students, we can also say it in this manner. So, Tina's grandfather is 49 years older than Tina. Find the answer orally and circle it. Students, now let us solve these examples orally and quickly. Let's start. 61 plus 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. So 61 plus 15 is equal to 76. Let's circle number 76. 54 plus 28. 4 plus 8 is 12. So 2 here, 1 carry forward. Carry forward 1 plus 5 plus 2 is equal to 8. So 54 plus 28 is equal to 82. Let's circle 82. 37 minus 24. 7 minus 4 is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. So 37 minus 24 is equal to 13. Let's circle number 13. 73 minus 48. 3 minus 8. Students, we cannot subtract 8 from 3. So, let's borrow. 7 becomes 6. 3 becomes 13. Now, 13 minus 8 is 5. 6 minus 4 is 2. 73 minus 48 is equal to 25. Now let's circle 25. So students, now we have solved all these sums orally and quickly. Add any two numbers to get the answer. Students, here we have a different kind of sum. We already have the answer 25 and we have to find two numbers, addition of which is 25. Remember students, to get a particular number, we can use combination of various numbers. For example, to get answer 25, I can use 10 plus 15. Now 10 plus 15 is equal to 25. Similarly, I can write 20 plus 5 for getting 25. I can give you one more combination. 12 plus 13 is also equal to 25. So, for getting answer 25, we have used 10 plus 15, 20 plus 5 and 12 plus 13. So, for getting any particular number, we can use various numbers. Answer of all these combination is 25. Subtracting a combination of any two numbers to get the answer. Students, here we have a different kind of sum. We have answer 15. We have to find two numbers, subtraction of which is 15. Remember students, to get a particular number, we can use combination of any two numbers. For example, to get 15, I can say 20 minus 5 is equal to 15. So 20 minus 5 is equal to 15. Similarly, 25 minus 10 is also equal to 15. Let us write one more combination. 40 minus 25. 40 minus 25 is equal to 15. So finally, answer of all these combinations is 15. So students, I have used various numbers to get a particular number, that is 15. Cross me out. Students, let's find answers quickly and cross out the numbers. 12 plus 15. 2 plus 5 is 7. 1 plus 1 is 2. So 12 plus 15 is equal to 27. Let's find 27. 27. Let's solve next sum. 24 plus 48. So 4 plus 8 is equal to 12. 2 here, 1 carry forward. Now carry forward 1 plus 2 plus 4 is equal to 7. So 24 plus 48 is equal to 72. Let's find 72 and cross it. 72. Next sum. 26 plus 13. So 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. 2 plus 1 is 3. So 26 plus 13 is equal to 39. Let's find 39. Number 39. Next sum. 38 minus 22. 8 minus 2 is 6. 3 minus 2 is 1. So 38 minus 22 is equal to 16. Let's find 16. Number 16. Next sum. 50 minus 12. So 0 minus 2. Students, we cannot subtract 2 from 0. So let's borrow. 5 becomes 4. 0 becomes 10. So now 10 minus 2 is 8. And 4 minus 1 is 3. So 50 minus 12 is equal to 38. Let's cross number 38. Number 38. Let us solve this sum. 82 minus 49. So 2 minus 9. Students, we cannot subtract 9 from 2. So let us borrow. 8 becomes 7. 2 becomes 12. Now 12 minus 9 is 3. 7 minus 4 is 3. So 82 minus 49 is equal to 33. Let us find number 33 and cross it. 33. So students, we have solved these sums quickly and cancelled the numbers. Sanika collects money and writes it down. She also buys various things and writes it down. Now let us see in the month of January what she did. On 3rd January, her brother gave rupees 80. On 8th January, she bought a pencil for rupees 12. On 12th January, she bought a book costing rupees 25. On 25th January, her auntie gave her rupees 34. So now students, we have to find how much money left with Sanika at the end of January. First, let us find out the money she collected. On 3rd January, brother gave her rupees 80. Collection rupees 80. On 25th January, auntie gave her rupees 34. We have to find total money she collected. So, let us add 80 rupees plus 34 rupees. 0 plus 4 is 4. 8 plus 3 is equal to 11. So, total she collected rupees 114. Now, let us find out money she spent. On 8th January, she bought a pencil for rupees 12. Rupees 12. On 12th January, she bought one book for rupees 25. Rupees 25. Now, to find out the total of amount spent let us add. 12 plus 25. 2 plus 5 is 7. 1 plus 2 is 3. So, rupees 12 plus rupees 25 is equal to rupees 37. Now students, we have to find how much money left with her at the end of January. So, to find the final amount, we will subtract amount spent from amount collected. That is, we will subtract rupees 37 from rupees 114. Let us subtract. Four minus 7. Students, we cannot subtract 7 from 4. So, let us borrow. 1 becomes 0. 4 becomes 14. Now, 14 minus 7 is 7. 0 minus 3. Students, we cannot subtract 3 from 0. So, let us borrow. 1 becomes 0. 0 becomes 10. Now, we will subtract 3 from 10. That is 7. So, 114 minus 37 is equal to 77. So, at the end of January, Sanika is left with rupees 77. Letters in names. Names of the months are written on the board. So, based on this, answer my few questions. Find out how many months start with the same letter. So students, let's find out. Let's take letter J. So January starts with letter J. June. June also starts with letter J. 1, 2. July. July also starts with letter J. So, 3. So, January, June, July. So, there are 3 months starting with the same letter. Let's find one more pair. February, F. Only February. March is starting with letter M. May. May is also starting with letter M. So 1 and 2. So there are 2 months starting with letter M. Now let's take letter A. April, August. So there are 2 months, April and August, starting with letter A. M we have already taken. J we have already taken. S, September. So only 1 month. O, October, only October. N for November, D for December. So, there are 3 months starting with letter J. There are 2 months starting with letter M. And there are 2 months starting with letter A. How many month names end with the same letter? Students, let's find this out. Let's take letter Y. January ends with letter Y. February also ends with letter Y. May also ends with letter Y. June? No. July also ends with letter Y. August, T, September, R. No. So there are 4 months ending with letter Y. They are January, February, May and July. Let's find another pair. Let's take letter H. March, there is only 1 month. Let's take another letter. L. April, only April. Now, let's take letter R. So, September ends with letter R. October also ends with letter R. November ending with letter R. December also ends with letter R. So, there are 4 months: September, October, November and December ending with letter R. Can you find any more pairs? No. So, there are 4 months ending with letter Y and 4 months ending with letter R. How many months starts with letter F? Look at the chart and tell me, students. February. Month February starts with letter F. So, there is only 1 month. Which month name has the least number of characters? Let's find out. Least number of characters. Is that July? Let's count. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So, July has 4 characters. May, let's count. 1, 2 and 3. So, month May has least number of characters. How many months start with the letter S? Let's find out. Letter S. September. Month September starts with letter S. So, there is only 1 month, September, starting with the letter S. Which month name has the maximum number of characters? Let's find this out. January. Let's count. J, A, N, U, A, R, Y. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's count for November. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. September. Let's count for September. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Let's count for one more month. December. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So tell me students, which is that month? Correct. That is month September, having the maximum numbers of characters. Now tell me students, how many months start with letter O? Look and tell me. O. Month October. So there is one month starting with letter O. There are how many months starting with letter A? Let's find out. A. April, August. So there are 1 and 2 months starting with letter A. How many months start with the letter N? Let's find this out. Letter N. November. So there is one month starting with letter N, and that is November. How many months start with the letter D? Students, look here and tell me. Letter D. D. December. So there is one month December starting with the letter D. Count and match. Take a look at the board. There are fruits on one side and numbers written on the other side. So students, now you help me to match them. So let's start. First, let's count the number of grapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Let's find number 10. Number 10. Now let's match them. Now let's count oranges. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Students, now you tell me, where is number 4? Number 4. Very good. Now let's count apples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So let's look for number 6. Number 6. Now let's match. Strawberries. Students, count and tell me there are how many strawberries? Let's count. 1, 2, and 3. Now let's find number 3. Number 3. 1 and 2. So there are 2 mangoes. And now let's find number 2. Number 2. Now let's match. Very good. Count and write. These are the students in my class. Some girls have 2 ponytails. Some boys have their hair up. Some girls have only 1 ponytail, whereas some boys have their hair down. So now students, based on this chart, answer my few questions. Tell me students, there are how many children with 1 ponytail? Let's count. 1 ponytail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So there are 8 children with 1 ponytail. There are how many children with their hair up? Students, look at this chart and tell me. Students with their hair up. Let's count. 1, 2, no, with their hair up. 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there are 6 children with their hair up. There are how many children with their hair down? Let's count this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there are 4 children with their hair down. There are how many children with 2 ponytails? Let's count this. 2 ponytails. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So there are 7 children with 2 ponytails. Now tell me students, there are how many children in the class? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25. So, there are total 25 students in the class. Now tell me students, there are how many girls in the class? Let's find the number of girls. Girls with ponytails. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. So, there are 15 girls in the class. Now, tell me, there are how many boys in the class? Students, you count and tell me. You need my help? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So, there are 10 boys in the class. Count and write. Names of students and their marks are written on the board. So, based on this, answer my few questions. Tell me students, who scored the highest marks? Let's find out. "47" are the highest mark. Anju scored 47 marks. So, Anju scored the highest marks. Which two students got same marks? Let's find this out. 47 only one time. 39 39. So, Yash scored 39 marks and Gauri also scored 39 marks. So, there are two students who scored same marks. Tell me students, who scored the lowest marks? Let's find this out. 26 are the lowest marks. And Karan scored 26 marks. So, Karan scored the lowest marks. How many marks Arjun scored? Let's find this out. Arjun scored 40 marks. So, Arjun scored 40 marks. What is the difference between the highest and the lowest marks? Let's find this out. As we know, 47 are the highest marks. Now let's find the lowest marks. 26 are the lowest marks. Now let's find the difference. Let us subtract 26 from 47. So 47 minus 26. Students, now help me. 7 minus 6 is how much? Correct. That is 1. And 4 minus 2 is how much? Correct. 2. So, 47 minus 26 is equal to 21. So, the difference between the highest score and the lowest score is 21 marks.